Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back for another session of Supermind Live Mastery and Academy weekly Facebook Live. So, how is everyone today? So, today is another Thursday night. So if you can hear my voice, kindly press 1 so that I know my audio is okay. At the same time, please help us to like and share so that more friends can join us tonight. So today's topic is about what is psychological heart. Okay, so what is psychological heart? So this is a topic by Dr. Peter Yi. So I also don't know what is psychological heart. So I'm waiting for him to explain a bit. So before we go into deeper discussions, so while we are waiting, okay, for more friends joining us, kindly help us to like and share, okay, so that we know our audio and also our video is okay, and then also more friends can join us. So before I have Dr. Peter to join us, I ask Karine to join us. Hello, Karine.
Hello. It's another Thursday. It's pretty fast, yeah.
Yes, I think every
So,
week's very fast. I think we last time is June, now is July. So and
yeah.
then
So
29
used to
we
lockdown, kind of normal, staying at home, become more lazy and lazy.
Yes, I also first I was thinking, when we are locked down, the time should be slower. But actually, I don't know
Kind of
why
faster.
faster.
Hmm.
So it's quite different what we thought, and then I think we should we stay at home should be the time go slower. Really hard to pass by. But nowadays, I think thanks to the technologies, so we have more time. We have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, everything to help us to pass the time. So as long as we got internet, I think everything is even though I think we are stuck at the home, but
Hmm.
still can do a lot of things. So I think before we start, I think what is psychological hard for what
That's
you
why
know?
I want to talk about time before I talk about heart. I just
Mm.
started to realize that today, after so long, after how
Mm.
many months, I think this is the first time I walk out to my garden and I look at the amount of glass that's overgrown in my garden. Then I was kind of like, it has been 7 months. I hardly kind of walk out to the garden in the evening and start working on my garden or sitting down at a garden and having a cup of tea or that kind of thing. I used to do that more often as compared to lockdown.
Mm.
So I started to reflect when I kind of like, doing my clearing my glass. I kind of like, hey, why you been be so busy and kind of like not feeling lah,
Mm.
no heart, no feeling, or not feeling it. Oh, what is the reason? So I started to kind of wonder, and I want to talk about tonight about heart. But first, I don't feel my garden, you see. I have
Mm.
no time to go out, and I started to reflect, why is like I kind of like more busier than before.
Mm.
Time is like too fast. When I work outside, because I'm outdoor sales, when I work outside, the time seems to be maybe like longer. But in fact, time are the same 24 hours.
Yes.
But now it's like I'm getting more busy at home. Then to try to figure out maybe women more busy lah. Why women more busy? Because first thing, women have to cook, right? Unless you cannot be grabbed every day or every meal, that kind of thing, right? You have to cook. So if you have a family of 3 or 5 or 4, you cook one meal, the rest, let's say the husband, don't have to cook.
Mm.
So it's kind of like, the time spent is the effort is more
Effective.
distributed,
So
give among the family members. Or else you alone, you need to cook. You also need to wash. You also need to clean the house. You
mm.
also need to work. Everything lay one leg kick until by the time 坐落嚟做工 it's like why am I so busy? Why am I so tired? Why am I getting nothing done? Every night is like, what are the 2 a.m. And hey, what the hell is this working? Then I start to go and feel my garden. Then I start to wonder where the time lost, the process lost. So perhaps it's suitable for tonight's topic.
Yes,
What
yes.
is psychological heart? Anything
Okay.
that I don't feel is kind of like lost lah.
Yes. So I think the topic creator today. That's why I have to
Yeah.
ask
Today is
Peter.
going to be a very interesting topic. Yeah.
What is psychological heart? When you give the topic, I don't understand. What is psychological? Psychological is mind. What is heart? What you feel like saying first before we let you more?
What I feel like saying, we all learn about the mind thing, so our mind can create. So these are the topic. Suddenly I heard, why not? Because heart is very confusing subject. People what heart, the heart shape lah. Sometimes the heart lah. What is that? So suddenly the idea come. Why not we discuss or talk about psychological heart?
So you make it more confusing lah.
This is very interesting topic.
Make it a very important topic. This is the link.
Very important and interesting topic.
It's an important link, missing link. So before that, any question from the audience? We answer your question first.
You never talk, they also don't know what to ask. Even you talk, they also don't know what to ask.
Okay.
You give something.
I ask first lah. I ask Leslie.
Okay.
Leslie, you somehow have to give your definitions about psychological heart. Every one of us have to give our own definition, including our audience, our friends who are listening online. You type in now. The answer is not for us. The answer is for yourself. So far, what do you understand by psychological heart? Right?
Leslie can now first.
Yeah, Leslie.
Oh, this
come.
one actually I was thinking to ask Peter first because I let him define thing before I can talk anything.
You pass to Peter. You can pass the ball to Peter.
Pass to me. Okay.
Because I get confused. Psychological, then psychological heart. Apa tu? It make me more confused. And so the heart is already very confusing already. So you put in one psychological heart. Okay, Peter, you define or maybe explain a bit first before we can.
Okay. You see, there's difference between physical heart and psychological heart. Physical heart is the physical heart that pump the blood through the whole body. Okay, that pump the blood. The location also very important. Why location in the middle?
Middle left.
Yes, pump the blood to the whole body and also to the lung and taking oxygen and release carbon dioxide and also the nutrient and so on, hormones, everything. You see? And then some people, actually Chinese say some, the heart can think. Is it really can think? Tonight we are going to explore. Can heart think? Brain, of course, thinking now, analyzing and so on, brain. Can heart do the same thing? And then if not, then why the heart and the brain so confusing sometimes? Search within a heart from inside out, the brain outside in. Then how? Then where's the inner mind, superconscious mind come from? Okay. That's what I feel like saying.
Okay, so I think the psychological heart, and then compared to the physical heart, our biological heart, so pump, and then the physical heart, the another one.
Physical is a real physical heart pumping. The psychological one is not that. No. Something we are going to discuss tonight.
Okay.
So to the inner mind.
So the one which are using sensing that rather than using
getting there. Yes, one of the heart function beside pumping blood is feelings, sensing. Sama, a lot more.
Okay. To me, what is psychological heart? These are all the new age terminology of the ancient science. I repeat my definitions. This is a new age terminology of an ancient science. For example, another example is the mind's eye. The mind have an eye. Mind is mind, but the minds have an eye. You need me to type it down for you? Okay, perhaps I type it down so that not so confusing. Okay, the minds have one eyes. Okay, so now we are talking about the psychological heart. Okay, and then another one is the minds. The minds have an eye. Yeah, the mind's eye. I'm not too sure about the spellings of eyes, singular or plural kind of thing. I kind of write it down as plural. So those are the new age terminologies lah. That means it's complicated, more complicated like that you know. Something like that lah. Complicated, then make it more complicated.
More confusing.
Like that. Important, important.
So this is just I want to make you mabok first, and then you
Make you mabok, then you can understand. Not mabok can understand this one.
Okay, actually, it's very interesting. This mind thing. The heart, psychology means something dealing with possession, something imaginary, something you know but very hard to tell. Psychology lah. So another aspect of heart. You see, first brain is the head, inside there, the brain, the first brain. Second brain is a gut system, the intestine that produce hormones and neurotransmitter. Then what is heart? Getting there, we are sharing things related to thinking or the superconscious mind, thinking mind. So heart is one of the very important that bridge all that. The psychological heart is a heart that can feel. Heart cannot think, it can feel, it can sense, balancing the function. And then in the gut have the nerves. One of the main nerves called vagus nerves linked to the brain. That means the gut send more information to the brain, then the brain send information to the heart.
Oh, okay. So the gut go to the brain, brain go to the heart.
Yes, more heart to the brain. It has a lot of nerves in the heart system. Psychological heart means that the heart function now, the psychological heart function is when anything that trigger the feeling or sensing, then the heart will start doing the job. So pump more oxygen and also take all the hormones, neurotransmitters from the gut system and also under glands, the pump the whole body, go for a fight or flight or even freeze. And then when the heart align with the brain, right brain, left brain, so heart send information to brain, the brain to analyze, and then come with the heart and so on. It's two-way thing. So when it is in coherent, they call it or congruent, then a lot of things come lah. What we share in our class is we call it TSM. It's not just heart, but the brain as well, both together, the whole system. Hey, any question? Now can ask question already.
Now confused, more confused or not?
The result in Chinese we call sum, sing, sing, how sing, why sing, sing, be sing, sing, liang sing, whatever sing. That is what we mean. Actually, Chinese or the Eastern world, we understand psychology heart better than the Western world. Western world understand heart is heart. They try to explain heart using science. You cannot explain heart using science. You know it and you can't explain it scientifically because the whole system is working together. How to explain? Like engine, when the engine moves, so many things happen together. So we human beings, we have a very, very interesting thinking system. This is only one of them. We call it TSM, true self-mind. involve heart, and it can produce wisdom, produce feeling like love, sad, angry, happy, all from the whole system. It's not the heart alone, whole system. TSM, wisdom. If both you feel, go to mind, the mind go to heart, balance, then come up with something. So heart is a very important organ that regulate or balancing the whole process, the thinking process. It's not directly involved, but it is a supporting organs in thinking.
Oh, so this means that even though heart is not involved in thinking, but
It
it's
cannot think.
important parts of thinking.
Parts, yes, it's a supporting system in thinking. That's why we call it psychological heart, not the physical heart.
Okay. So
When
the
the heart and
psychological.
the mind combine, then we have the superconscious mind, the inner mind. So Kerry has been talking about heart and alignment. This is it.
Heart,
Can
heart
explain a
mind.
bit? Yes, can explain a little bit about the science because of the vagus nerves they connect to the brain. But in reality, still this our superconscious mind is still beyond science can explain. We only know it, we can use it. That's it. How to really explain it? Very hard because so many things happen at the same time.
I think rather than bring it the heart as a heart, because I think we are locked by the word heart, which is our physical heart. Okay, actually I think the heart you are mentioning, the Chinese mentioning the sing. So actually it's a system rather than a heart because it's not a fixed thing. So it's a part of a system, a part of a process, the system that create, okay, which to create the sensing, rather than the heart. I think because I think we are very distracted by the word heart because I think when we think of our heart is our physical heart that is pumping. But I think another level, heart is also a system in the thinking system which is help us to sense. So sometimes we sense not so good, not so well. So it's a process. I think like Peter just now mentioned, the gut sent to the brain sent to the psychological heart. Then it helps us to create. So and then the logical and then the non-logical thing, I put my logical thing out, and then you put non-logical thing out, then you see, mesh or not. So then if not mesh, then every time I don't want to do this kind of things. When you mesh and then align, which I think with what Corinne said, the heart and mind align, go and faster do already. So you will go directly to execute already. So when the heart and then the mind, the brain things come together, they go and when they sit down and say the system, they sit down and discuss, my heart is one like that, but my mind one like that, then it become fighting already. So the thing, so I think just now, I think this is the heart system. Okay, the heart system, the psychological heart actually is a system, the part of the thinking system, which in charge on the sensing side. Okay, and then the mind on the logical and then thinking side, and then when they come together, okay, when you even though I think you are very logical, but sometimes your heart will pull you also. Even you are very logical, sometimes I don't feel right. I don't feel good of doing this. So it's something like that. Is it correct, Peter?
Yes, correct. Heart,
Ah,
the brain, is just like a machine, just like computer, just like artificial intelligence, robot, brain, logical, the structure. So many people forget about the psychological heart. So our education system is to train the brain, more left brain than right brain. But they forgot about the heart. That's why we produce a people we call humanoid, something like robot, but not robot lah. No emotion, no feeling. Actually, everyone has emotion, but being suppressed or being ignored. So when the person only using logical thinking alone, using the brain alone in processing information, solving problem, and making decision, it look like it's just like computer, robot, exactly the same. They're not human being actually. Human beings should have heart, the psychological heart, not the physical heart lah. the emotion, the feeling to balance up the decision-making process. That's why.
This is theoretical, Peter.
Wait. When the heart being applied together with the brain, it can form wisdom. That's why most people lost their natural ability of wisdom. They only have intelligent, logical thinking. No more the creative thinking, the wisdom thinking, all don't have. So, heart, if a person can activate the heart, psychological heart, that can differentiate the person with computer. So in order to move forward humanity in the future, because computer, robot, all these will be more advanced than the thinking power will be more powerful than the brain. So we need to develop other part of our organ that is psychology heart. So much so that we will be relevant again in the future. If not, we will not be relevant. Or the job, repetitive routine job will be taken over by computer. The repetitive work will be taken over by robotic. So who are we? The computer, robot, all these, they don't have heart. They cannot create. They don't have wisdom, but human being has. Differentiate is because we have the psychological heart. In Chinese, we call Xing. The symbol is this symbol. This symbol. But heart itself cannot think. It can feel, can sense, can balancing. You have to combine with the brain. When the both align, then you can do wonders. Most of the time, the brain think another thing, the heart another thing. That's why a poor heart is a very confused situation. It happens. So, any question?
What I'm feeling like saying is, you see, this is theoretical. Whatever we say or we discuss about this is theoretical. The audience cannot feel it. Feeling is another level. We are talking about the heart matters at the mind level. Because we go and see specialists, heart specialists, mind specialists. We go for cardiologists. We go to neurosurgeon. We go for physicians. We go for pediatrics, right? You go for urologists. Because the world have trained us that way. The Chinese physician approach is that everything is linked, like what we discussed. But the real world as such that, no, we are still taking it seriously as my mind is sick, I go for one specialist. My heart is sick or not comfortable, I go to the cardiologist. We never see the heart problem with a generalist. We feel that the generalist is no good. So what previously discussed, there's Dr. Peter Yi's view. But my questions is, yes, I understand that one as well. I understand also. I understand. But to me, it's theory. To me, it's theory. How I get that? The minute I don't know how to feel, I don't know how to feel, Ray. By telling me how to feel, do you think I know how to feel? Come on, audience. I ask you these questions. If I have been using my brain, using my mind all the while, you talk to me using my heart, of course I understand. I understand, but I don't feel it. The minute I don't feel it, how am I going to use it? Let's say someone have a heart issue, you go and see a cardiologist. So it's a cardiologist's point of view. What happened to your heart? But you go and see Chinese physician is different. It tell you more than your heart. Tell me more than my heart. Then I realize, oh, I go to the cardiologist. The cardiologist asked me to do angiogram, asked me to do this and that, tell me only my heart. Or else I go to the physician, he tell me more than my heart. He say, oh, maybe it started from my liver. 木生火, my liver have something, it started from my liver. That's why the blood flow is not sufficient because the liver is weak. It tell me more than my liver. Or perhaps they tell me my stomach. So what I'm sharing here is not a medical conditions. What I'm sharing here is the way we are brought up, or the way our environment, or the way we do things. We take our daily life, we take everything as part by part. We never take life as a whole. I never take myself as myself. I take myself as my career. I take myself as a mother. I take myself as a daughter. But in fact, we are not. We are work, we are mother, we are daughter, we are wife of someone, we are whole. But the society trained us is like, who are you? Accountant. Leslie, engineers. And then Leslie, no technical very well, huh? He also know online very well. He also know feng shui. He also know mind. Now also learning geopathic, start to master geopathic, integrate geopathic with feng shui and all this. So who is Leslie? So Leslie cannot be like that. Leslie have to be one specialty only. So tell me, let's say you go for all this morning business meeting. I went, wake up 5 in the morning, reach there, 5:30 or 6. Oh, somehow the brain cannot work already. Ask me to introduce yourself. How should I introduce myself? You can only introduce one or not. I said, I'm not like that, leh. I got many though. You can only give one. Like that. I go back, can or not? I go home now? Because it's not me.
Yeah.
I went for one morning meeting. He said, you can only introduce one. I said, how to introduce one? One part of me, my hand. One part of me, my brain. One part of me, not my heart. Or you tell me to talk about my brain. I go and talk about my brain. Then no heart one. Then I wake up early in the morning, 5:30 to reach there at 6. Hambin. Then ask me to say only one. So this is our world. So what we are discussing here to you is theory. Because to do it is a different thing. Are you confused? Are you confused?
It's okay to confuse. It's okay.
It's okay to confuse, yeah.
Actually, what we have been discussing is differentiate between the brain and the heart. But again, heart and brain in the whole system in our body, they're all working hand to hand as a whole thinking system. That's why in superconscious mind, we teach people about true self mind. It is both the brain and the heart. That's why it produces another bigger minds, because true self mind, which have wisdom, is especially good dealing with people. If you don't have wisdom, when you deal with people, there bound to be an argument. When you have the wisdom, you minimize, you harmonize the whole thing. You try. The psychology heart in Chinese we call sin, si sing, you sing, all these things, all that sing. Psychology heart. It's not this pumping heart, but again, it involves the pumping, because it pumping the blood, contain nutrient, oxygen, and also most important thing, the hormones and neurotransmitter to the brain, to the whole body actually.
So if the heart not pumping, then no feeling already, no. No pumping, everyone die already.
That's why it's a very important organs, and it's very, very misunderstood by a lot of people. So inner mind, the heart actually cannot think, it can sense. But it combined with the mind, it can produce another thinking system, which is much more powerful, called true self mind.
But how to sense leh? I think this is one of the
How to sense it? That one had to go
because
step law to develop law.
I think the senses. I think we are the kids. I think they are good at sensing. You see this, they know how to sense. The parents are
Yeah.
very angry and then
Because
not
their
very
heart
feel
is
very what.
pure. Their heart not damaged yet by the education system. After you send to the college and so on, university come out, like I was, like a robot. Until my
How,
mother said, I lost my child already. Because it's different. They are using a lot of, older people, they actually know hearts. They have this. After the school, university come back with a science degree, wow, so egoistic and so on. My mother said,
very
I lost
lancy
my child. My son not listen. Now I understand why.
very lancy lah. After come back,
Ah.
something like that.
Okay, any question from the audience today?
Yes, I
We
think from
the psychological.
Angeline PYS. Okay. Yeah, psychological heart equal to EQ brain alone, equal to IQ. This one I have to ask Peter.
The EQ alone is a question or a definition?
I think it's a statement, something like that. So I think maybe you can clarify.
No. IQ is on the brain, analytical mind, logical mind, reasoning mind.
I think he's EQ plus
The
IQ or something.
efficiency of the brain is called IQ. IQ is intelligent quotient. How efficient is your thinking process using the brain? That's all. So EQ, emotional intelligence. Yeah, it's related to heart, emotion. Heart has feeling, emotion, sensing. Yes, there's related to it. Yes.
So I think something like I think EQ plus the IQ lah.
Yes. But we are talking another Q called WQ. More
WQ.
than IQ and EQ.
So what is WQ?
WQ is wisdom Q equal to EQ plus IQ. That's why Karen used to say, align your heart and brain. That's it. Now sing.
心脑合一.
和平. Then you have another Q called WQ, wisdom Q. Then what is wisdom?
I see. What is wisdom? Okay,
Yeah.
wisdom Q. So I think our heart, psychological heart, now until become wisdom. Wow, Peter.
You see, psychological is the key. When you understand that, you can understand all the superminds. The inner self mind, true self mind, the spiritual self mind, and so on. Without understanding this component, cannot understand the other, because they're all related to it. So, other question, another way to put it.
I think something like I think just now Karin mentioned time. Okay, time. How the time relate relate to the heart sensing, right? Because I think time is something like just now I think like Karin say, because I think most of us I think was very busy. Now I think was very free or not. I think not don't say free. I think most of us are locked inside the house. I think we have maybe have more time to think about it. So I think is time a factor on getting to know about the psychological heart?
Yes, not only timing, because the heart got timing one, fast and slow, timing. Not only time and timing, but also space, different place. As you move, actually the earth's moving, the space changing. We also move sometimes. The timing, the time, the space, all from there, because this heart system, psychology heart system, is very, very wide in perspective. Yes, carrying is correct. Timing. Put another way. Any other way of putting it? Psychological heart. It's not the physical heart. It's another aspect of heart which cannot be explained clearly using science. It's beyond science. You know it, you feel it, and can apply it, and yet don't know where is it. That is psychological heart. Another way of putting it, Angeline.
Okay. Anything to add, Karen?
Anything to add or any question from the audience?
So it's still theory lah.
Yeah.
At least awareness tonight. Right? At least awareness tonight. Yeah, just an awareness tonight. So after awareness, then you want to find out what really it is. Then you have to work on it, or else you sleep on it. You still don't know what it is. Unless now it's COVID. COVID and prolonged COVID is definitely teaching us a lesson or sending us a message. I keep saying if our logical heart still works, our logical mind still works, then don't need to change. But this prolonged whatever reasons have forced me to change. For example, it has been so many months I haven't walked out to the garden until just now. I still have some pending this and that editing to do and all that. I said, don't care lah. So walk out to the garden. Wow, I see the glass. Wow, the lalang. It's really lalang, really. That's why I got dragonfly and all this. Why? Because it's back to nature already. It's like almost like very grown up. So got dragonfly and all that. The ecosystem come back. It's not a house anymore. It's overgrown. So I started to realize, these 7 months I haven't really walking out to my garden. So I have not been feeling my garden. So when I was busier those days, in and out, sometimes I will still spend my dinner in my garden. I spend time in my garden, having my charcoal pot over there, spending my dinner, my late dinner over there, enjoying the garden and eating and barbecuing and all that kind of thing. So this prolonged COVID or prolonged lockdown is kind of numb our sensory system. Make us feeling less, only feeling more frustrated, feeling more agitated, feeling more stressed. Don't know for what reason. Don't have to work or work less or ending up like working more. Right? Don't know why. Don't know why. Supposed to work less, stay home. Some of the work cannot be done. So supposed to work less, but it's like working more or working harder. So what is the reason? Because we are not feeling, or we are feeling differently. So when we are feeling differently means what? I start to talk to myself just now while cleaning up my gardens, clearing the weed and so on. So I kind of like, hey, what's make me kind of like, walk out from my gardens after so many months. So what is feeling? What is feeling? What is feeling? Or yeah, we have a heart, but the heart is more like a biological heart. Other than that, yeah, biological heart lah. You get what I mean? It's biological heart. Just a biological heart. That's all.
Okay. Peter, you want to? Okay, I think something like this COVID have put us on stop, okay, or slow down button, so that I think we to realize what are we living as okay, as something like are we feeling because I think previously I think it's okay because I think we are very busy, so we just keep chasing our job, career advancement, chasing for new stuff, new toys, chasing for earn money and then spend it on entertainment, then spend it on travel, then come back again, do the thing again, and then busy and then send the kids to school, chase them for homework, send them to tuition. But then at this time, I think, suddenly the whole world stopped. The whole world stopped, and then suddenly you're more free. So you're more free, and then you're not used to feel. Okay, you are not used to feel because I think we have been trained to think for the past 30, 40, 50, or 60 years, depends on your age. Then when we come, so when we are sitting down, it's so quiet, and then the heartbeat, you feel the heartbeat, then it's feel a bit scared and then different, and then your mind is different. So you are not familiar with the feeling of the sensing. So I think at this time it's also a time for us to see to sit down and then to feel, and then whether the things we think is what we want. So I think the feeling thing is you need time to settle down, but you are not very familiar with the feeling things. So you feel a bit lost and feel a bit scared to do these things. I'm not doing anything. So you are like you are used to working to feel good, because that one, the outer things keep you like keep you busy. That I feel I'm doing something, I'm doing things, I'm achieving something. So you say, hey, my life is running, improving. But now everything is stopped. You are forced to stop due to the COVID, due to the environment, due to the government, everything. So now you no choice, have to face yourself alone. Okay. So and then the hard things is something we are not trained over the years and forgotten. So Peter, so what can we do? Because I think a lot of people may not, I don't know about this. It's so, just like you say, it's not physical. I can't catch it. It's so fluid. I can't really think about it. And it's something like that and not like that. You talk about it and then logically you explain about it, but I still like I know but don't know. Then how can we sharpen and then embrace I think the feeling. I think the feeling, this is a normal feeling. It actually exists, and then before you can go to next step. Because I think certain people they are not used to feel, so suddenly they need to use this kind of things, or suddenly this kind of thing become so because I think it's quiet. When you quiet down, you sit down, the voice become more more louder, so you become don't know what to do. I think you maybe feeling a bit lost. What should we do about that to improve and then get used to this kind of thing, then can able to use it to help us sense better, and then help us to communicate the heart and mind together, so that we can make a better decision going forward.
Good question. Good analysis of the current situation. Most people doesn't mean no heart, no feeling. In fact, they have a lot of negative feelings due to COVID, the fear of COVID, anxiety, worry about finances, worry about future, worry about unknown. A lot of stress may develop into depression, some even suicidal. So these are the negative emotion related to heart, feeling, emotion. So learn to manage that. Manage the emotion. Everybody has heart, only they suppress. They ignore it. But if they know how to manage it, the emotion may kill them. So need to manage the emotion, turn it around, change it to positive emotion, and balance the emotion. You see, the mind, the brain, we call it, is very logical, very tangible, things that you can touch and see. can calculate, quantifiable, the brain can function very well. But when come to quality, the brain cannot. This flower is beautiful. What is beautiful? Just a flower, man. the brain say. But I say, I feel very good. So, for example, a person say, when they talk, the word coming out, sentences, phrases coming out from the person's mouth, the meaning, but at the same time, the intonation of the person, how they say loud or soft, then that heart take over. We have two together, the meaning take over by the brain, the intonation, how you say loud or soft, feel by your heart, and then your expression detected by your eye, then send to the heart. The whole system is working at the same time, actually. It's better ask question. So much for that. Our topic is psychology heart, but now it seems like we are going to go to COVID everything. So we feel like it's still theory. If you want to know more, attend our Supermind class. We will go step by step with you.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I share a little bit. Whatever we try to bring to your awareness is still awareness, is still theoretical. It's kind of like heart. I know that many years ago, I experienced, I cannot recognize whether it's my mind talk or my heart talk, because I know my heart also can talk. The psychological heart also can talk. I experienced that. In short, we call that angel devil fight. No one teach us how to listen. We have some voice. Is that an angel talking or the devil talking? That's the reason why people don't dare to follow their gut's feeling. Agree? I don't know about you lah. I'm talking about myself. When I don't have the supermind system, I don't have the super conscious mind system, I hear a lot of people advising me what is right and wrong. I use my own knowledge and everything to analyze what is right and wrong. And I end up going Holland for many trips for free. Okay? End up going Holland for free. So, do you have the same challenge like me? Which one is heart talk? Which one is mind talk? Which or who to follow? You have this? No, this is the application part. So there are some guts feeling, there are some message, noise, voice. So you don't know it's voice or it's noise. Right? For example, in my card system, Life, Navy, and U card system, I have created this deck of card, super conscious mind card. The minute you get this card, right, landed. The minute you get this card, it's telling you that your mind and heart is splitting. Why? Through the card system, you'll be able to know who is talking and who is right. This is system. Because we have no guideline to fall under. The word is landed. The visual, the bird still flying. The target is seen. The target, no. So that means our subconscious mind knew what to do. The subconscious mind knew what we want. But the conscious mind, the school trained us to what? To be careful. Not to trust. The school teach us, don't touch down first. Don't go down. The message asks you to go down. Your heart asks you to go down. Heart asks you to go down. Touch down. Landed. But the bird, what a bird doing? Still flying, roaming. Double confirm, triple confirm. Better need more reassurance. Ask Leslie, ask Peter, ask around, right? Until we go and do it, late by 2 minutes, gone. So, what I'm telling you is, we are bringing this to your awareness. But the system is out there. The system is out there. Every answer is there. Show you in pictorial form. show you in your own story message. It's like your own visual storyboard. Which one is talking? Who is talking? The mind is talking, or the heart is talking? All very clear. The mind talking or the heart is talking. Without a proper system, yeah lah. So either it's noise or voice. That is a challenge. That's why applications is another depth. Applications is another depth. But tonight, at least we bring to your attentions that there is a psychological hub. Right? Psychological hub that you can make use of. That you can, other than using your mind to burn out, to get so stressed, perhaps you can change to a new system called psychological hub. Start to go and explore. See how. Okay? That's what I feel like sharing.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Okay, tonight topic is about psychology. It's just one of the important component that most people neglect. You pay attention to it, and also combine with the existing mind, it have to work in a system. If combined both in coherent, it can produce synergy. Another few other minds will come out. The creative mind, we call it inner self mind. You can produce true self mind, we call it wisdom mind, and also spiritual self mind, we call it supermind. It's developed from there. But that is a key, the heart. But also don't neglect other components like the neurotransmitters, hormones, from the endocrine glands, from the gut system. The whole system is functioning. And also we have the energy system, the last one, the spiritual self mind, because super mind, supernatural mind, that mind actually our nervous system can be developed until we can send and receive information. We have a Wi-Fi system, GPS system, but it need to develop. That's why this is what we are sharing in Super Conscious Mind. Okay, let's see what you feel like saying. Or you have any question, you can ask us.
Yes, ask us question. I think
Yes, I think questions is good.
if you have any question, I think you can ask now. Okay, so I think because I think this is the psychological heart actually is the basic lah. Okay, so today is the introduction. Okay, for you, because I think sometimes the things is not to understand for you to understand, but at least for you, for your mind to know, to aware, actually also to reactivate back your heart. Okay, the psychological heart. So that's I think since we are locked down in this time, so now it is for you to aware that I actually all of us have this psychological heart. Before we talk further on, I think the mind which Peter mentioned, because if you cannot awake or know about this heart, I think you are not so easy to trigger your other's mind. Okay, so but nevertheless, I think we have created a system that I think last 10 weeks, I think we have managed to help a lot of members to trigger, okay, their super conscious mind, their ISM, the inner cell mind, true cell mind, and SSM. So I think they still need time to practice, but I think this I think they already trigger, okay, and then the heart is already awakened, okay, the psychological heart already awakened. So I think now is the time for you to take this chance to feel back your psychological heart, okay, feel back your things, and then I think the inner child inside you, your inner, the heart, the kids, I think the pureness of yourself. So now is the time to do that, okay, so that you can be more beneficial and also to explore your more potential, the more potential. So I think definitely I think the next one, I think next step after you discover your heart is maybe to look at I think Peter's next class on the mind, but I think we still not sure yet when. So, but I think at least you at this time you can try to maybe I ask Peter for them what should they do at this time, okay, to get to know more about their psychological heart. What step they can do?
What step they can do?
Yes.
Okay.
Give
There are
some
two
practical
always
things.
in the thinking system. One is a logical, but sometimes logical don't have the answer, especially during COVID. Cannot see because the logical mind cannot see future. But when you change to the heart, because heart has a timing, has the time and also space, combined with other with the mind, the brain and the heart combine, it can balance out ability to see the future better. For example, this COVID thing, people think it's endless, never don't know when it will stop. But for me, it will stop 3 to 6 months from now. It will reduce, become manageable. Like two other country like Britain, I think Britain and Singapore, they already make it as a part of it, endemic. Live with it. UK already say you all can do anything you want, no more. No more rules to control that part anymore. It's up to you. Maybe it might spike, then it will national immunity happen. So nothing to worry. Any crisis in life and so on, it will be over. When you look back few years later, like now like impossible thing, but few later it's over. Or try to imagine in the past, the SARS on 97 crisis, 2008 crisis, all will be over. Financial crisis, all the crises will over. But now it's double me. Health and also the MCO. MCO, this is actually the worst things. Don't let people stop the economic activities. It's actually financially very damaging. The health also, actually this round is worse than 1997. 1997 considers very terrible, the stock market collapse, 1004 or something. There's a economic crisis only, but people still can work. But now people cannot work and worry about health somehow. So this is a time that you need to listen to your heart. What are you here for? What can you do during this time? How can you make your world, especially your family, better? How can you save yourself? How can you adapt to the changes? This is a drastic change. There will be a new normal in the future. So if you don't change, if you still fix, I'm an engineer, no more engineering job lah, or construction stop. Then how? What else can you do? Then the other mind come in, we call it the creativity mind come in. We are creative. We have wisdom. So activate the psychology heart to bring out your creativity and also wisdom, so much so that you know what to do now and also in the future. Learn to survive, learn to adapt. That's all from me. Pass back to Karin. You anything to add on?
Yeah, it's very different this round. It's not a cyclical 10 years or 12 years kind of crisis.
20 years once.
This is like 60 years
60 or 100 years
cyclical
once.
kind of thing, yeah. In the I Ching kind of metaphysics or all the style, Chinese, Westerns way of explanations, this is a very big one. This is accumulate of the 10 years, 12 years, accumulations of everything, Silang kind of thing. So it's a Silang filtrations system. Like it or not, the unseen is always there to communicate with us. That is the reason why we are every Thursday we are here to bring to your attentions something that is unseen, but is there. Okay, it's nothing much than anything else, but it's only our own mind. Okay, it's our own mind because we're so used to look out, and this is time we have to look in. Yeah, have to look within ourselves, and we look out that. I think after 1.5 years, if we still learn that this is a normal cyclical thing, then we doesn't get our homework done. Then we will continue locking down, continue for another few more months until we wake up. You look at Malaysia or Malaysian as compared to some other country, why some other country are faster? Because the so-called consensus. The learned consensus are faster or higher. I mean, the in-depth knowing, whether you don't know also, the government force you to know also, is higher. It's more in-depth kind of learning or more in-depth kind of discipline. So is 60 years one, or this is not putting numbers into play, but this is what you need to use your heart to go and feel that things need to change. Use more of your heart to feel, then we will come back faster. Not only you and me, but everybody need to use their heart to feel. So everybody will be benefiting from the lesson that we need to learn. That's what I feel like saying. Thank you.
Thank you, Corinne. So I think add in some more. I think since you mentioned, I think the energy of the star. Currently,
Yeah,
I think
energy of the star. Yes.
so they got few star terbalik lah. So I think you can see a lot of things starting already. I think which we think already finished, then they come back again. So now currently I think they have a few 4 or 5 star is terbalik lah. So it's a bit jalat also. So this means that the energy is going backward. Okay, this means that we're going to have something. I think like today our parliament is having a big havoc in our Malaysia's things starting to come back. So and then also our COVID case is come back. So a lot of things is will coming back again at this moment due to the astrological timing lah. Okay, so I think until end of the year. So do take note. I think one thing we can do actually is to.
So it's until end of the year. The star thing.
The starting I forgotten the date lah because a bit yesterday get my jab, so everything a bit blur. So I
Yep,
think I heard it's
okay.
something like I think until end of the years, I think October or December, November, something like that lah. So I've forgotten the date. So it's something like is if you're pulling back lah. So the energy is going back to the last thing. So you will see something which I think also I think today some things which I forgotten slowly coming back. I think the problem which I put aside was thinking already settled or okay may take some time, then suddenly they coming back again, so not a good thing. So drag my energy a bit. So it's not a good time. Okay, so then you will feel that some of the things you think already passed now coming back. Okay, so I have to warn you first. Okay, so be prepared. But I think at the same time, you can align your mind to adjust. Just like you have those kind of magnet pulling you one side, but at least you can use your mind to pull yourself back. Not say you are not affected by the environment, you still will be affected, but at least you know how to pull yourself back and then to keep yourself calm and then find ways to settle it. Okay, so that's what I feel like saying.
Okay, thank you, Leslie. What I feel like saying, because more than 10 o'clock, I summarize for you whatever we had to talk about the psychological heart. We human beings, naturally, we had the psychological heart. In Chinese, we call sin. But because of the education system that only train the brain, the logical thinking, so it made us just like computer and robot, emotionless, cannot feel. I was one of them. So if we only train our brain, we know computer or robot will be more powerful in the future. In fact, now it's getting more powerful already than human, some of it. The supercomputer, the analysis, logical ability is much more powerful than us. Then who are we in the future? What can we do? We will replaced by computer or robot. So this is the time now, restore your psychological heart. Psychological heart combined with the brain that produce, we call it inner self mind, or have the ability of creativity, produce the true self mind, which has wisdom, produce supernatural, we call SSM, super spiritual self mind, have a supernatural ability or Wi-Fi ability, sending, receive information, all that can be developed. With that, we will be useful again. We apply computer. We use computer to help us to take over our brain function, but we use our creativity and wisdom and also super ability to do something else. That differentiate people or machine from human being. That's all from my side. Thank you very much for watching. Last 1 minute, Karin, to conclude tonight.
Just stay calm. Yeah, just stay calm. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Stay calm. Huh? 留得青山在. Leslie continue.
不要进青山
不要进青山。
啊，更不要住富贵山。
不要住富贵山。
So I think this is something like that day I think have some inspiration. I think because I think you need to build the Qingsan, so you keep yourself alive. Don't need to go to insane, and then at the end don't go go to hell lah, go to die lah. So I think this at this moment I think we need to keep ourselves insane, keep ourselves healthy. Develop your heart. I think at this moment, develop your heart. I think the psychology heart feel more, sensing more. Okay, it's a good time to play with your children. I think sense with them, learn with them how to sense, and then the feeling. Then I think you can at least enjoy the time here with your family, and then also to develop back your found back your long lost heart. Okay, long lost psychological heart. Huh? So
Whatever financial one can apply, delay, postpone, pay a bit interest. Don't calculate so much, don't calculate so much interest and all this. Interest is okay, putting more cash flow at the moment of now. That want to pay later, okay, to pay later,
Yes,
Not
yes,
only because a lot of people are going into bankruptcy. Not only that, a lot of people suddenly die. Suddenly no life.
Yes.
All the legal pending cases for estate and all this is more than enough to handle than whatever coming to you, to be frank. There's a backlog of things that the government and the relevant party, need to take time and manpower to source out before our problem. So I'm telling you, financially, make sure you have enough cash flow to pull through. The asset liability, the profit and loss, put it aside. Spending time at the moment. Make sure you're healthy, you're safe. 留得青山在.
Okay, last minute from me.
Okay.
Last minute to conclude tonight. Okay, what you can do after knowing your psychology heart tonight is learn to appreciate what you still have. Okay, look around what you still have, appreciate it, and then be grateful to what you have. Gratitude. Don't take things for granted. And then, of course, empathy, the other people that's affected by the situation now. Empathy is different from sympathy. Empathy means you are in their shoes. You understand the situation. They cry, but you don't cry. You understand their feelings and information. Sympathy means that they cry, you try. That is not good. Be empathy, but not sympathy. So three things. One, learn to appreciate whatever you already still have. Be grateful to whatever things you have, and also from the nature, like the air, like water, which is free. So many things free around you. And also be empathy of the situation around. That bring your psychology out, become a human being. Thank you very much. We conclude tonight, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good night. Thank you for listening.
Thank you and have a nice day. See you on next week, and then do join our Facebook group, and the link is on the video. Okay, link to it /Supermind. So join our Facebook group for you can watch back our previous if you're new. our previous video, and also you can join our WhatsApp group too. The link is on the video live here. So thank you for all your time, and hope to see you next week. Okay,
Thank
take
you.
care, stay
Bye.
safe.
Next week is very important. Don't miss
Next
it.
week
Dr.
is my
Ellison
Dr.
Tan with
Ellison Tan,
us.
real life
Yes.
experience of what is that? Prevent and also treat COVID-19 next week by Dr. Ellison Tan and also Kerin. She also got a lot of experience,
Mm.
real life
Okay,
experience.
so
Okay.
join us next week. Okay, see you and
See
have a
you.
nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.